it's the idea that it's sort of this creative energy, this creative flow, or this field of pure potential that we have the ability to plug into. And really, it wasn't that long ago. It was just a few months ago. I literally sat straight up in bed and went, oh, it's not out there. It's in here. It's like, maybe it's both. But you know, it's everywhere.
Constant,
it's like the fish looking for water, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's in, it's out, it's throughout, it's everywhere, but that we don't have to actually plug in or do anything.
Yeah.
We have to allow and be, and that's what our truest nature is.
Yeah.
Now, but taking it to another level here, when you're talking about frequency, I do, and I have written about this, and this was part of that book that was divinely given, because I swear to you, before I wrote that, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
That, you know, think about a radio dial, and, you know, you have a higher frequency, and that's where this field, this loving energy, this light, this creativity, this anything and everything, right? The field of abundance, however you want to label it. Let's say it's at 101 on the dial. But our ego, our circumstances, our choices can put us in a very low frequency, a very low energy. And if we're running through life at like 88.0, we're never going to get there. We've got to raise that frequency. We've got to raise that vibration so that it's in alignment. And then, and I just talked about this when I just did a class on the ease of abundance, is what it was called. And then I look at your site and I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And working with the law of attraction is what my class was about. And it was just simply about aligning that frequency, that vibration, because we don't realize that we can be off a little bit just because we are, you know, the law of attraction is what it is. And it's perfect in that it, and so it's not that we're having bad luck or a bad day. We have to really look at what we're putting out there. Where is our frequency? Because it's just matching that and bringing what we're putting out there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's literally tuning to that divine frequency. And the beautiful thing is, like, that's our like origin state. That's our comfort state. That's where we're designed to be.
But ego, do you agree with that? That it's the ego that keeps us in a lower, it's like us trying to control too much. If we just sort of simply allow, we'll almost like cream rising to the top. We automatically will rise.
Yeah, it's like I love the word surrender. I know a lot of people hear it and they think, oh, I'm giving up if I surrender. But it's literally allowing and being open to receive, and literally allowing all that is available to you instead of control, which is like this constricted state of, I'm going to take care of it and I'm just going to like tense up and like brace myself and figure it out. But there's no space to receive when you're like this. So surrendering is like, okay, all of this is available to me. What do I desire? Let me be at that frequency. And knowing too that, I know you're talking about science before, and I love the science behind this idea of frequency now. Like, the science is catching up to this energy theory, sort of. And, you know, we are constantly running on our subconscious, or, you know, like essentially our programs. And a lot of those programs, those were set when we were essentially like 0 to 7 years old. So we're running on this old belief system of, well, you know, whatever beliefs we made when we were little based on our experience, our environment. And we're acting that out in adulthood in our reality, in our physical reality that we're bringing about, because that's how we're perceiving our environment. So that's what we notice, and that's how we behave, because it's essentially a protection mechanism, right? Like, if we learned that we should be afraid of this, or that, you know, you can't have good relationships, or you can't have too much money, or whatever it is, we create that reality because we're protecting ourselves. That's what we believe is the safe place to be. And that's a beautiful thing too, to know like you can essentially reprogram that. And there's beautiful tools to do that we now have access to. And that allows it to just be your everyday run, like your automatic operating system. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to and I think that's a big thing with people who are in, like when we try law of attraction or we try manifesting, we're trying in our conscious mind and a lot of times our ego, and we're pushing so hard and we're fighting so hard and we're trying to stay disciplined and be in this mental space and but we can't stay in that space all day consciously because we're doing other things. You know, there's things coming at us, we're dealing with things, we have things in our reality. But if we program that in our subconscious, which is always running in the background and always pulling in whatever it is it believes, however it perceives the environment, then essentially we can automatically create and effortlessly flow in. So that's just beautiful to know that we have access to that as well.